Welcome to the channel. Thank you to everyone for tuning in. So today's video, I have a really good sales video for you guys. As you guys know, the Aliexpress back to school sale has just started and it's a great time to save a lot of money. So today's list has 8 of the best value for money watches which I believe to exist right now. And I've chosen a bit of variety as well, giving you some different designs and different options. And I've also given you another 2 brand new releases which I've spotted. Now, the majority of the watches are well under £200. You've got some as low as £45. But in each price bracket, whatever the price the watches are, I believe they're the best one of the bunch. So in this video, as you guys know, I don't really recommend poor watches or watches which have too many negatives. Through the reviews that I've done throughout the year, I'll try and find like the best value you could possibly get for that price point, with the best quality, the best finishing, best specifications, etc. And the majority of them I have reviewed, obviously apart from the 2 new releases. I think there's one on there which I haven't reviewed, but the brand itself has plenty of history and I've seen a lot of their watches, so it's a kind of good place to buy from. So without further ado, let's switch over to my cart where I've added all the watches. And while I'm here on Aliexpress, I mean, this is where all your coupons are. So as soon as you log in, Aliexpress will recommend the coupons that are relevant to you, and you can get 10% off, £10 off of a certain figure, 15, 30, up to £60 off on a certain order. Now, it does get a bit confusing because you've got some stuff like choice deals in there and you've got this back to school, but as long as you're saving money, what does it matter? So if we go to the cart where I've made my list, and we'll go in no particular order, but I've left the 2 new releases at the bottom. So one of the first ones I want to speak about is this San Martin and Watchdives collaboration. I did review this watch on my channel a while ago now. It's a 39mm GMT, and truth be told, I really like this watch a lot more than I thought I would. It does have a few different colors on there, but in that review I struggled to really critique this watch. I think I made a comment about some of the text perhaps, but in terms of actual functionality and quality, it's really hard to beat. And I try my best to pick flaws with whatever I can, but this was really a good all-rounder. It has a Seiko NH34. It's a really good size as well, and it has 3 eye-catching colors. I reviewed the blue one, and if you want to see the review, you can see that on my channel. But yeah, it's a really solid watch. Of course, it's homaging a very classic design, but they have kind of improved it. You've got female end links, you've got an on-the-fly adjustable clasp. And back when I reviewed it, this was over £200. I think this was around £240 if I'm not mistaken. So now it's at £180. So you're saving a fair bit of money on this one. And the next one I'll take you to is another San Martin classic. This is the 39mm. Again, the same size as what we looked at before, but it's that fixed GMT bezel. We know what it's homaging. And yeah, on the fly adjustable clasp, I'm pretty sure with this one. And this one, again, it was close to £200 mark when they were selling first. And you've got plenty of colors and dial sort of configurations. So if you like this sportier look, with the Seiko NH34 as well, and the price £118. So I think with San Martin, we all get caught up in the hype. I would say if you do see a new release from San Martin, hold on, wait, save your money, because guaranteed in the sale you'll be saving quite a fair amount, unless it really is one of the expensive models. But for the most part, like these watches, again, very cheap, very affordable. I mean, £118, £120, that's like Watchdives category, Addiesdive, stuff like that, Boltony, things like this. And, but you're getting a really high finished product. Next one down is one from Watchdives. Now, I haven't looked at this one, but this just catch my eye. I mean, you can see there's 59 sold already. And out of the 10 reviews, they're all 5-star. So this is the BB54 homage. So that means it's a smaller watch. It's a 37mm case. It's a dive watch with 200 meters of water resistance, around 4 to 5 different colors. A couple of them will be out of stock, obviously. But I think the good thing with this is it is a Seiko VH31 quartz watch. And I do often get criticized why I don't bring up quartz watches. Well, there you guys go. It's a dateless design as well. Quartz, really good reliability. It does have that sort of 4 tick a second as well, which crosses the bridge between automatic and quartz watches. But yeah, Watchdives, like I said, I haven't looked at this one, but Watchdives do have a really good reputation. I've looked at plenty of their watches and the finishing is not far off San Martin. So, I mean, I'm not saying this will be as good or as smooth, but it'll be pretty damn close. Of course, you won't have an on-the-fly adjustable clasp, etc., but, it's close enough. Great size as well, 37mm, pick up and go quartz watch. With good build quality, and the price, again, under £80. I think for the £80 mark, this is probably one of the best things you can get. Now, if you go up to one more San Martin, there are a couple of San Martins on here, guys, because San Martin is a popular brand, and in the sales, that's where you get the best value, because they do drop the prices. Now, who remembers this 62 mass 39mm, not the smaller 37 or 38? I didn't really gel with that watch, but with this 39mm, I liked it a lot more than I thought. It fit really good on the bracelet as well. Seiko inch 35, your standard specifications, over 250 sold and a 4.8 rating out of 66 reviews. Best thing, price. I mean, this wasn't too expensive when it came out. I think it came around the £150 mark, if I'm not mistaken, but it's at £133. So £130, you're getting a really well built watch. And again, you've got loads of colors and bracelet and strap options. Further on down, one of the most recent watches that I reviewed, this is the 39mm, what they've called the GADA watch, SN0129. And to be honest with you guys, it's not that much of a saving on here, because it's on £162. I think it was the same when I released the review, so that tells you not all of them are great savings, but it's a really good watch. Again, couldn't find much criticism with it apart from that just text in the center, and maybe the date being at 6, but for the finishing is very premium. The design is awesome. The dial colors are very rich, very vibrant. So I'd say choose between the brown desert texture or the red. The white one does look a bit plain, but if you like it, why not? That little bit of red on the second hand does do it, but I'd choose between these colors. Now, I think once you do apply coupons and stuff, that will get a bit cheaper, but you'll only see when it's in your cart. So next up, we have a watch from Watchdives. Again, it's one that I have reviewed previously. So this is the Tudor Ranger homage, a 36mm watch. It's quartz. I think it's got a mineral glass, but it does have the Seiko VH31 quartz movement. Similar to the previous VH31 that I mentioned about the movement. The finishing on this watch though was incredible. Really well made. You couldn't fault it at all. Really soft brushing, a very good clasp, and yeah, there's not many negatives at all. Now, I think with this particular store, there's only the blue one left with the applied logos, which is probably the best one to go for. It's probably got the nicest lume as well, but crazy price of just £52. So a sporty watch with really good high-end finishing, and for that £50 is near impossible to get a watch that's finished as well as this. And then we've got one more from Addiesdive. A few different colors on this one: ice blue, a brown, white. These did come out a while ago. Again, another quartz watch. 36mm. It's a sporty watch. We know what it's homaging. It's a cross between like an Explorer but with Dauphine hands. High quality watch. And again, just a mineral glass on this one, but £35. And I don't think there's anything out there that can be as good as this for £35. And then the last one of the budget watches, this is a Seestern. Now this one really surprised me. It's a Seagull ST1701 movement, right? So it's I think it's a Bauhaus style design, and it's made by Seestern. Now this is the V2. I think the first one they came out with, the original on the dial, which not many people liked. But you've got you've got a few colors now. So you've got a dark blue with the orange seconds hand. You also got this sort of pale blue with the orange on there. You got a white with orange, and you've got a sort of this vintage cream color dial, and then you've got a pure white one. So yeah, I mean, an automatic movement, very basic, very simple design, but quite high quality in terms of the handset and the case. Personally, I didn't review this one, but I know Seestern really well, and they do make really good watches. And with this leather straps, £45.50. That is a ridiculous price. Just speechless, right? So that's a good one to look at. And now we will move on to the two new releases. So it's not a new release per se. It's a watch case design which they've had for a while, and they've made so many of the designs out of it. They do tend to recycle their watch cases, which is not a bad thing, because you can make so many other variants. But this variant in particular, really appeals to me, my particular taste. I do like the vintage look, but, in a more modernized sort of finishing. And these two variants stood out again. So this is the root beer bezel with a faded sort of bezel design. I'm not too sure on this dial where you've got this tea bag dial, but again, in person, it's going to be different. And also like this faded Pepsi coloration. But if you're not a fan of that, they also have a non-vintage version where the dial hasn't been messed with. But I actually have bought one of these from San Martin, so I've got one of this coming. It's the root beer vintage. Now, to be honest, now that I've seen the cleaner version, I wish I'd got that, but it's all right. So I've got this tea stained version coming. Yeah, so I like the look of it, right? I mean, that brown and black and gold combination. I don't think there's enough brown watches, to be honest. Brown is a really nice color. And then of course the Pepsi variant as well. So that one's coming. That's one of the new versions that I have seen. And then the last one now. So this is a bit of a surprise one. So this is from Thorn. Now, Thorn are hit and miss. They've done some really good designs, or homages, should we say. Not all of them hit the nail. There's always a couple of small issues in terms of refinement, but I think one of the best sellers, one of the best watches is that Thorn BB58 homage 38mm case, which I always seem to mention. But now this is a new release, and they have chosen to homage a Seiko, a particularly expensive Seiko. So if you do like Seiko watches and you follow their new releases, so Seiko released a new, they called it a Deep Water Marine Master. It's their 1965 100th anniversary. I think the model number is SJE097. I think from pictures here on this Thorn, the case looks good. The bracelet also looks good. It's at a couple sal. I'm gonna place an order for one of these actually. I think I'm gonna go for this blue gradient version, or I might choose the red. Both look quite good, and they've got this like sea texture, or is that like the sea floor texture, whatever. So yeah, I mean, I'm just interested in build quality here, to be honest. But the price is also very appealing. It's £115, right? So yeah, definitely interested in this, and I just wanted to bring this to your attention. So that's it for today's video, guys. The links will be within the description of all the watches that I've shown you. Of course, feel free to shop around and look at, you know, elsewhere wherever you need to if you like something else. That's it from me today, guys. Thank you for watching.